Serena Williams. Miss Serena Williams is a fraud. Hello everybody, I'm back here with a video based on last year's US Open. Right now the US Open's at its quarterfinals with, who's playing right now? With Berrettini and Monfils playing. So far it looks like Monfils is going to grab the first set on this quarterfinal. So, you know, the US Open is coming to a wrap, and that's exciting because I always love the US Open. I love any major tennis tournament, especially last year's women's final, because that was the peak of feminism. Let's watch.
No hesitation, Serena drifted back and Osaka's lob just on the baseline.
So it all starts with Serena losing that point, which can be very frustrating, and I get it. But did she really have to slam the tennis ball like that? Next part is where it gets real interesting, where all the hype begins. Watch.
Carlos Ramos in the chair.
If he gives me a thumbs up, he's telling me to come on. We don't have any code, and I know you don't know that, and I understand why you may have thought that was coaching, but I'm telling you it's not. I don't cheat to win. I'd rather lose. I'm just letting you know.
There's a coaching violation. I guess it was a thumbs up, and Serena's setting him straight. That is not coaching. I don't cheat to win. I'd rather lose.
It's not something I do. And I can understand why you may have thought that, but just know I never cheated. Okay, thank you, because I'm like, I don't cheat. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Okay, so let's pause right there. Serena's coach gave her supposedly a thumbs up from Serena's point of view. Carlos Rama, the chair umpire, thought differently. He thought it was coaching. Now, under ATP rules and the majors and stuff, you cannot get coaching from your coaches during the match. It is prohibited, it is considered illegal. So she got a warning saying, Carlos Rama saying, nope, I'm not allowing that. So she got a warning, but Serena in her defense says it wasn't a warning. So you think I do that? I would not cheat. Later, it found out. Well, let's keep watching.
Another one does not want to give away the momentum that was so...
So as you can tell from there, she was getting very frustrated. She double faulted, and which gave Osaka the break point, which in the second set. Then this happened, which kind of changed it. Serena threw a little fit. Let's watch.
Serena will need a new frame. Smash that one. Back on serve.
As we see from there, Serena just smashed her racket out of pure frustration. She did give up the game point after her double fault, which shows a lot of frustration. So Serena got upset and she destroyed her racket, which the thing is, that's against the rules. It's called racket abuse. And the thing is, that gets really interesting. Her first offense was the coaching violation, which gives her a warning, like, all right, just don't do this again. Second offense, this is a game point. What the fuck, dude? Stop! Stop! I hate it! You're ruining everything! What the fuck? Notifications, bro. I thought I turned it off. I turned it off! Alright, fucking force quitting. And the thing is that it's her second offense. Her first one is when the chair umpire thought she was cheating, which she was. And this is her second offense, meaning she has to lose a point. So the next game that'll begin, it's gonna be 3-2 Serena. That means Osaka will so far have the lead, 15 love starting in that game, which is pretty big. But it even gets worse. Let's continue watching.
Extremely rare in a Grand Slam final. So Osaka, after breaking back, begins this game up 15 love. Did not see that coming. And now Serena's confused by the score being called out.
This is unbelievable. Every time I play here, I have problems. What? Yeah, that's a warning. I didn't get coaching. I didn't get coaching. I didn't get coaching. You need to make an announcement that I didn't get coaching. I don't cheat. I didn't get coaching. How can you say that?
So Serena was confused at like, hey, I thought this was supposed to be a warning. Why is it 15 love? Then the umpire said, well, no, this is your second offense because you were caught cheating. And she's like, excuse me? I was never caught cheating. I didn't cheat. What are you talking about? The coaching violation that you called against me? No, that was false. I didn't cheat. You owe me an apology, man. Call it an apology. You owe me an apology, man. Come on. And she threw a little fit about it, and which only makes it worse for her as we continue watching.
You owe me an apology. You owe me an apology. I have never cheated in my life. I have a daughter and I stand what's right for her and I've never cheated. And you owe me an apology. And I explained it to you. For you to attack my character is something that's wrong. It's wrong. You attacking my character. You will never, ever, ever be on another court of mine as long as you live. You are the liar. When are you going to give me my apology? You owe me an apology. Say it. Say you're sorry. Well, then don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
They're going to bear the blame when it's the person in the player box who is actually accused of something.
Yeah, Serena was watching her coach give her a hand signal.
Verbal abuse.
And now,
penalty, Mrs. Williams.
Wow.
So Serena was like, you owe me an apology. She kept saying this stuff. And it all turned down. She was just throwing a fit. She was mad. Like, how dare would you say I cheat? I would never cheat in my life. Blah, blah, blah. Then just before getting up, she grabs her racket and she says, you stole a point from me. You're a thief, too. And walks out to the court. And I think that set it up for Carlos Rama and saying, code violation, Williams, game, Osaka, something like that. Which means that is a third code violation, meaning a game goes to Osaka, which is a huge, huge, huge violation when it comes to a Grand Slam major thing final. Meaning, now it's on the line. Serena was tied with 3-3. Now Osaka took the lead with 4-3, and it's the first 1-6 if you understand tennis. So that is a huge thing, and it doesn't even get much better. It gets much worse. Let's keep watching.
Very unfortunate.
Are you kidding me? As I said, you're a thief. Because you stole a point from me. But I'm not a cheater. But why? But I told you to apologize to me. This is out. Excuse me, I need the referee.
And as we saw, Serena's like, are you kidding me? Are you actually giving her a point because how belligerent I was behaving? Then she keeps bringing him back because she's so offended that the referee thought she cheated, which we will find out the actual conclusion later. But she was saying she was still hooked on that she was cheating, and she said she wasn't. But the thing was that she was like, oh, so you're gonna get upset that I called you a thief? And he's like, yeah, that drew the line. Because as we just saw, Serena just rambling on to the ref, complaining, all that stuff. Then just as she got up, she said that, which Carlos Rama just said, okay, that's it, code violation, boom. And she's going to get the referee, and they're going to talk about it. She's going to complain about it, and let's just jump right into it.
Serena's asking for the referee. Carlos Ramos said game penalty. We said that the third code violation would lead to that.
correct.
And now Brian Early, in his 39th year of working with the U.S. Open, his last year as a referee, is involved in something incredibly ugly.
That is not right.
Where are we now?
That's never
For calling you a thief.
And that's not right. This is not fair. This has happened to me too many times. This is not fair. This is not right. But you know how many other men do things that are I don't think they do much worse than that. This is not fair. There are men out here that do a lot worse, but because I'm a woman, you're gonna take this away from me. It happened to me at this tournament every single year that I play. It's just not fair. That's all I have to say.
as we saw, Serena's like, that's not right. This is not right. This is so unfair. Do you know how many men get away with stuff like this? And you can see what you could look at her point and really think about it, right? Like, do men get away? You watched John McEnroe back in the day. He said really bad things. He still didn't get away with a lot of it. But here's the thing about Carlos Rama, this interesting man. So the thing about Carlos Ramos is, she's saying, it's because I'm a woman I get called, I get these things held against me because I'm a woman, right? And men get away with this. Not against Carlos Ramos. Now here's the thing about being an umpire. Every umpire is different. You could be very light on some things, could be hard on some things. Obviously, this guy doesn't take anything. As we see, Djokovic gets a violation for just doing a little flick like this with his racket to the crowd. He gets a call for that because he was kind of interacting with the crowd negatively with a little flick. He got a code violation. Nadal, who is very well known for taking a sweet time, 1 second off the pace clock, meaning you have this amount of time to serve. He called it. There are other things, and these are against men. And he's a very rulesy guy. He doesn't let anything go by. And the thing that's bad on Serena and her coach's fault is that you have to do your research on each umpire. Every umpire is different. How they run things, what will they let go, what they won't let go. Obviously, this guy doesn't let anything slide. So it's bad on their part for not researching this umpire. And that's the thing about sports, is every umpire is different. So, I mean, they didn't do their research. He's not a sexist guy. He just plays by the rules. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, to a lot of people, it gets annoying because they're used to umpires who let everything slide. But there's still more. There's going to be a plot twist at the end. Also, Serena says, this happens to me every year. It doesn't happen to her every year. That's obviously a broad statement. There's been once or twice where she had something not go her way with the umpires because she threw a fit, and she says the same thing. But this umpire, it went a little too far. And it doesn't happen every year. She's just overreacting because she's emotional.
How does Serena possibly regroup from this? And what effect will it have on Osaka? She was given a free game. I mean, she's been given a game and a point. Some of the best serving Serena's had today. Stays alive.
She's still not finished, though.
Brad is on their feet, urging her to fight back as she continues the conversation. Also in the corner.
You know, she wins that game pretty well. She serves very good. But right after she made the mistake, is after the game was done, she goes straight to the referee over there and keeps complaining, saying, there's so many men who gets away and does this stuff 1,000 times. And you could and what you think, you could sympathize with her. But again, I said, the umpire just does not like to be treated very badly by players, and he plays by the rules, which is bad on her part. And when it comes to tennis, in any sports, in anything, when it gets to your head, you play bad. And I think this is what happened. And she just kept thinking about it instead of focusing on the game at parts. You could see, there's some parts where she did very well, some parts she did very bad. She just kept thinking about it and wasn't focused on the game. And maybe if she focused on the game, she still could have won the game and just won the whole tournament. But no, she was just too focused on the violation she had against her, which is very immature, I think, on her part, very unprofessional.
The second match, Osaka, 6-2, 6-4.
Naomi Osaka, a quantum leap, U.S. Open champion, instant star. But in the most controversial U.S. Open final ever.
So at the end of the match, Osaka wins and she becomes the new world #1. Congratulations to her. This was last year's win. Now, Serena, she's still hooked onto this, and this was very, like I said, unprofessional. And let's watch this part. The thing that makes it the most interesting of all. Watch this.
Well, Patrick, I know you certainly didn't intend to insert yourself in the way that it happened. Can you describe the motion that you made that was interpreted by the chair umpire as coaching?
Well, I mean, I'm honest. I was coaching. I mean, I don't think she looked at me, so that's why she didn't even think I was. But I was like 100% of the coaches on 100% of the matches. So we have to stop this hypocrite thing. Sasha was coaching every point too. It just, I mean, and it's strange because this chair umpire was the chair umpire of most of the finals of Rafa, and Tony's coaching every single point, and he never gave a warning, so I don't really get it.
Do you think Serena understood the rule that a coaching violation counted as the code of conduct? Therefore, when she broke her racket, she had the point taken away. Do you think she understood that?
I don't think so, but I mean, she's in her match. She shouldn't have to think about that.
So at the end of the day, Serena's coach says, yeah, I was cheating. Yeah, I was telling her to, do coaching and stuff. And the funny thing is, he says like, but everybody does it all the time. The players that had Carlos Ramos with like Nadal and everything, they were coaching. You could see it, and he just didn't call it. But obviously, Carlos saw it this time because you kind of made it obvious. Like, come closer to net, please. Yes, closer to net. Yes.
Third violation coaching, warning, Mrs. Williams.
Got him! Yes, he obviously made it obvious, and it was so stupid. And the funniest thing about this whole thing is the whole crowd. They're seeing Serena yell at the umpire. It's like, okay, Serena's right because she's American and she's black and she's a woman. So she's obviously right, and they're yelling at this pathetic man because he's penalizing her for the wrong things. Which then later, he was literally caught. Serena lied in front of all of TV, and the coach admits he was coaching in front of live TV, but tries to give excuses. Nuh-uh, ain't gonna fit. Thank you for watching today's video. There will be more on the way, and I'll catch you guys next time. Go Rafa!